Hey guys, it's Jacob with Super Chips, and I wanted to announce an all-new product that we are bringing to market for the 2018 through 2021 2.0 liter Jeep Wrangler JL models. This covers both the e-torque and the non-e-torque applications. This is our all-new Pulsar XT, available for order now through superchips.com or by visiting one of your local Super Chips dealers. The Pulsar XT is our first inline module built specifically for the 2.0 liter. Now what's different with this one compared to our current flash tuning availability for that model is that this requires no PCM swap. So this can simply be plugged in line with a couple of the sensors under the hood to allow some performance gains and the ability to adjust your power levels on the fly through your steering wheel controls. So using this harness, we're able to tap into our turbo boost sensor, our map sensor. We've got a CAN bus line that has to be run into the cab. And then we also have obviously our module connection, and then we have a power wire that will connect to the battery. Once this is installed under the hood and the module is installed, we can move into the cab and we can do all of our feature setup through our steering wheel controls using the factory dash display. So what that means is that this controller is able to be turned up and down on the fly using your set plus and your set minus buttons on your cruise control. So you can change from power level 1 all the way up to power level 5, which will add up to 20 horsepower and 30 foot-pounds of torque to that 2.0 liter application. The difference between our inline module with this Pulsar XT and some of the competing products on the market is the ones that we tested in our competitive analysis were only adding power once the vehicle was at full boost pressure. So you only get that extra power from their devices at wide open throttle situations. With Pulsar XT, our calibrations team was able to manipulate that torque curve, the power curve, and that low end grunt all the way through the RPM range from off idle all the way up to wide open throttle and redline. So you get a massive torque increase down low where you can feel it when you're daily driving, commuting, maybe even doing some towing. The Pulsar XT really gives you power and torque that you can feel. It reduces your turbo lag, so you get a little better throttle response, a little better acceleration. We've seen as much as half a second cut off our 0 to 60 mile an hour times with the Pulsar XT. So it's definitely an improvement in power you can feel. The other advantage to Pulsar XT over some of the competition is our ability to do some calibration control. So for you guys that are installing larger tires or changing your ring and pinion to a different setup for your larger tires, the Pulsar XT will integrate in with some of the other systems in your Jeep so that you can recalibrate your speedo for those larger tires. We can adjust all the way up to a 49-inch tire and all the way up to a 5.99 gear ratio. So for you guys that are changing to 410s, 488s, or 538s, the Pulsar XT will allow you to calibrate that speedometer so that you get accurate readings regardless of what tire or gear ratio you're putting under your Jeep. The other advantage with Pulsar XT is that we have total control over your tire pressure monitoring system. So if you've installed an aftermarket set of tires that do not have your factory TPMS sensors, Pulsar XT will allow you to disable that system altogether so you don't get a pesky check engine light. Or we have the ability to adjust that TPMS setting. So with the factory threshold can be dropped down to a lower pressure with your aftermarket wheel and tire package. So your check engine light, the tire pressure monitor light will click at a set PSI that you can determine. So if you're someone that likes to do a lot of off-roading and rock crawling and you're constantly dropping your tire pressure down to say 25 or 22 PSI, this device will allow you to set that pressure so that you get a warning at 22 PSI instead of that warning at 35 PSI when you air down. So we have total control over those features. The other nice thing with Pulsar XT is that we have the ability to remember your last button setting on your engine auto start stop. So if you're someone that likes to disable that engine start stop so it stays running all the time and isn't constantly shutting off in traffic, the Pulsar XT will remember where you left that button. So if you get in the Jeep, reach over and push that button every time you start driving, this will remember that, and when you shut the Jeep off and start up again for another drive cycle, it'll remember that you've deactivated that system and just leave the auto start stop system off all the time. On the contrary, if you're someone that it likes having the auto start stop system, it's going to remember that you just leave it engaged and it will continue to function as stock. So it's just going to remember whatever setting you left that button in when you shut the Jeep off. The other nice feature with Pulsar XT is the ability to read and clear diagnostic trouble codes. So should you ever have an engine light pop up for some reason, using your factory dash display, the Pulsar XT will display that diagnostic code right on the dash so that you can see what's going on and help you diagnose any issues. Maybe save you a trip to the dealer or save you a trip to a repair shop so you can kind of self-diagnose any issues going on, or even just clear the code while you're driving until you can get somewhere to determine what's wrong with the vehicle. So the Pulsar XT is something unlike anything else on the market for the 2.0 liter Jeep. And for you guys that are a little bit hesitant about doing a PCM swap or replacing your factory PCM for an unlocked PCM so that you can install a flash tuner like our Flash Pack or our Trail Dash 3, the Pulsar XT is a super easy installation that can be removed at any time if you need to go back into the dealer. It can be removed from the vehicle without leaving a trace in the system. So it's really user-friendly and compact and easy to control. And then, like I said, with the steering wheel controls, you can turn that power level up and down as you're driving at any time. Your cruise control will still function as factory, so you can turn your cruise control on and off. Your set plus and set minus buttons will still increase or decrease your set cruise speed, but anytime you press your cruise cancel button and your cruise control is turned off, you can use those same buttons to turn the power levels up and down from stock all the way up to level 5, which again was 20 horsepower and 30 foot-pound of torque at peak. So if you want to learn more about the innovative Pulsar XT, check us out at superchips.com or visit your local Super Chips dealer.